and and everyone can watch him from above. They can sort of see what's going on, but he can't see who's above, so he doesn't know that people are watching him or how many people are watching him and all that. And basically, in this Big Brother house, they get people from around the world start going into the house. Actually, women from around the world start going into the house and talking about the issues that they face as a woman in their country. And he tries to figure him and other people there try to figure out ways to solve them. So it's yeah, very interesting. Sort of goes through alphabetically, goes through a lot of issues that are happening in different countries. Doesn't go all the way through the alphabet, but it gets quite a few covered. Then number 8 in the series, West. This is basically, as it says on the cover here, a series of progress reports addressed to the new president, Kanye West, by the Australian ambassador to Americasia. That's the name I've given America after the Third World War, who has OCD, Matthew Vandenberg. So that's based on me. Sending a lot of progress reports that are actually from A to Z about all the issues that are affecting the world. Sending these progress reports to Kanye West, who, despite him being the Australian ambassador to Americasia, Matthew Vandenberg, despite that, Kanye isn't looking at them, or he's just ignoring them. So, they're really not making any difference. Even though he is an ambassador, he's not really making much of a difference. But he does have a lot of interesting ideas, interesting solutions. It gets a bit convoluted at the end, because I got a bit anal about the different, wanting my wording to be completely different from the sources that I was looking at. And so it gets a little complicated, gets a little strange, but it's quite creative as well. And there is a little story that runs through the progress reports. But mostly it's kind of like a series of essays. So if you're not into reading essays, probably don't read this one. But because a lot of my other stuff is far more like a story, far more fictional than this. This is almost non-fiction essays. So there's that. Number 10 in the series, Free Latifah. This is a choose your own adventure. It's set in Dubai. It also features the fictional Australian ambassador to Americasia, based on me, and basically ends up in Dubai, wants to buy an island that women can go to when they're being abused, or when they've had domestic violence issues, that they can sort of run away and flee to this island. He wants to buy this little island that's part of the Australia Islands that's in the World Islands off the coast of Dubai, but runs into a lot of obstacles along the way, and you can sort of choose what he does as he runs into those obstacles. There's 32 different endings, which makes it quite an interesting read. You can have a lot of different paths you can take, a lot of different stories to read about. Now that the sequel, one of the sequels to that is X Bench. Now I will be doing sequels. I don't know how many I'll do, but a lot of the sequels that I'm doing, and I'm writing the second sequel to it now, will be following on from different endings from Free Latifah. So this X Bench happens to be the sequel to one of the endings from Free Latifah. I'm working on another book now called Americasian Psych, which is another sequel to Free Latifah from a different ending. So it's actually, I don't believe, as far as I know, no one's ever done that before. I think it's a new thing. I may even make some of these sequels choose your own adventures as well. So you're going to have a choose your own adventure sequel to a choose your own adventure, which could go on indefinitely. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I may only do a few sequels and then go on and write a new sort of normal book again. I'm not sure. But this is just a short one. This is set in the New South Wales Parliament in Sydney, and it's just a member of the Blues Party, which is, it's not a real party, but it's even more progressive than the Greens Party. And it's also based on the former Americasian ambassador, Australian ambassador to Americasia, based on me, Matthew. I don't want to give away any ending of Free Latifah yet, but yes, something happened to him, and anyway, he's no longer the Australian ambassador to Americasia, but he is the leader of the Blue Party, which is a very progressive party in New South Wales, in Australia. And he's basically, in this book, he's just arguing his points about a series of different issues. in the upper house and in the Legislative Assembly in the New South Wales Parliament in Australia. So it's a very thin one. If you just want a brief sample of my work and you just want to see, the style of my writing and that kind of thing, and understand all the issues that I care deeply about and what my views are on them, this is the perfect book for that. So this is kind of like a starter book. This is what I recommend if you're just starting out reading the first book of mine. I'd say read this first, even though it is a sequel to Free